Good evening and welcome to Getting Creative with Peter's new collection. Just give people a chance to join. Excellent, got some people joining. I don't have my microphone because when the shelf collapsed this morning, it broke the connection to my microphone. So I'm hoping that you can hear me nice and loud and clear. Good morning, Wendy from Australia. Hi, Philippa. Can you just give me some thumbs up if you can hear okay for me? That'd be great. Thanks, Philippa. Hi, Jane. Okay, so I would just give people a little chance to come on. Oh, hi, Tracy. Thanks, Philippa. That's great. Okay. Brilliant. Well, I had a very busy day. Hi, Brian. Thank you for joining me this evening and for my little makes using Peter's lovely new collection. I need to thank everybody who's treated themselves and bought into the stamps. Enjoyed all the beautiful inspiration from the design team. It was just absolutely amazing. Just before I start the what I'm going to make, before I flip the camera, I'm just going to run through that the people who are stockists of Peter's hand-drawn florals collection are Paul and Hazel at Dragon's Papercraft, Richard and I'm going to say Holly as well at Wow Embossing Powder, Joe and Mark at Let's Create, Maxine at Maximum Crafts, Paula at the Stamp Hut will have them. Paula does shows, so any of the shows that you might be going to, you'll find them on Paula's stand at the Stamp Hut. Ian and Gavin at Valley Crafts have them, and Ben at Intercraft. Craft Stash have them. Jane and Penny at the Art of Crafts, and also Julie and Barry at Craft Bliss as well. So they have them. And then obviously in Australia, they are with Jeanette at J Craft, and also they are at Simon Says Stamps. They have arrived. I don't think they're quite on the website yet, but they will be very soon. Okay, so, and also don't forget, if you want any inspiration, the cards are all on the Pinterest board. So it's pinterest.com and then / Julie Hickey Designs, and all the boards will come up. There's a board for every product that we've got. So if I haven't said hello and thank you for joining me this evening. I'm going to flip the camera and I'm going to show you how I created an A5 piece of card. So decorated and stamped that up and then turned it into 4 cards. So bear with me, and I hope I don't pull the shelf down again. Bear with me. Go on, flip camera. There we go. See, that's what fell down, all that cardstock. So I'm going to hold on to it tonight as I don't want it to happen again. Okay, let's move my lights now. Get that straightish. Oops, sorry for the wobble. I didn't check if I'd put my volume up. I think that's the side. Let's just... Okay, so that's hopefully that's still nice and loud and clear. Okay, so I'm going to be using Peter's Marguerite's stamp set. Love this one with the 2 different flower heads, where you've got the 2, you've got the single, you've got some leaves, and you've got those beautiful sentiments as well. Believe in yourself and you mean the world to me. I am actually going to use lots of different sentiments from across all the stamp sets. So just because I need different sentiments for the cards and things. So I decided the cards that I made before were blues and greens, and I thought I would change it up, and so I'm doing pinks and purples. So I've done some already that I've already cut out so that they're ready to go, but I'm going to be using picked raspberry, wilted violet, mowed lawn, and I'm going to use squeezed lemonade for the centres. So to start off with, I have a piece, pull that out, the cards out of the way so they don't get splattered or anything. So I've got a piece of A5 smooth cardstock. Make sure you can see it nicely. And it's just a nice smooth card, just a regular, quite a basic cardstock, I would say. I'm going to put it in my press because I'm going to use my stamps and start stamping up the background. So I'm going to add my flowers first of all, and then I will come in and add, might as well use all of them, some stenciling and bits and pieces as well. So let's pop the leaves in as well. I did use the leaves before. I had them tucked in around the flowers. I think I stamped these on afterwards actually, but we'll have a go at doing them as we go. Little indents there. Might not be quite close enough, but that'll be okay because I'm going to be doing some stenciling and stuff as well on here. So just pop them down, pick it up, and then I've got my black VersaFine, and I'm just going to ink those up. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's joined. If I haven't said hello to you, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you're going to enjoy a little bit of getting creative. Okay, I'm just firming that down. Got lovely images of them all. I'm going to flip this round and I'm going to do the other end, and then I can fill the middle bit in, and I just got to hope. Actually, I'm going to have a look first. Should be able to get, I think I better get a single flower in there, so I should be okay. What I might do actually is just pull it out a little bit so that gives me a little bit more of a gap to get another single flower in. Because I would normally work so that I was going next to this part. I think this will be okay. All right, so ink those stamps up, pop it down, and then I'm going to slide that back in so it's nice and flat at the bottom. I'm going to clean my stamps up because I'm going to move them around on my piece of card, so I'll make sure they're clean and not get bits of ink everywhere. Okay, so I don't think I've probably got room. No, I don't know actually, I might have. Yeah, we'll get away with that. I'm going to pull this away a little bit, and then I can get part of a stamp there, and we will come in with some more leaves. I'm going to do part of a flower head there, so we'll pop the leaf, one of the leaves there, and we'll have that one there. Oh, actually we're going to have them going into this one. There we go. So I don't need that stamp. So push down and pick all those up. And then this is why I didn't clean it quite properly, but that was why I like to clean the stamps in between. And I've got a big bit of ink. Okay, so just make sure that I'm roughly lined up and pop that down. Okay, that looks lovely. And I don't need to fill the whole lot in because I am going to come in with my stencils as well. So I'm just going to clean these again. It doesn't matter if I have areas where there is some emptiness because it wasn't totally full on my other pieces that I did. I did have some white background showing. So let's pop my stamps back. Could probably get that in there, definitely. I might come in with some more leaves, but I might do that just with a sort of block. So it's not my flower. Nice to be going off the page a little bit as well. So that is all of that. Now let's find my block. And let's start with one of the little leaves. And I'm just literally going to fill in a few gaps. So like I've got a bit of a gap here. Actually, I'm going to have a leaf. Actually, as they're not touching, I'm going to pop that in like that. And I'll have another one down here. I think I'm actually going to join the two leaves like that. Yep, happy with that. Okay, I think that probably is enough because I do want to have some room for my stenciling. Okay, let me clear my stamps away. Don't need my block anymore. Okay, now if I start stenciling over this, because it's VersaFine, it takes a little while for it to dry. So I'm going to give it a blast and help it along its way because I don't want all the colour when I start stenciling to move around. So I'm just going to give this a blast. Ooh, a whistling ink tool. And then I'm also going to grab my kitchen roll and I'm just going to run that over it just to make sure that there's nothing else that's wet at all ink wise. That was fine, so I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to start with the stenciling first of all and then colour in my flowers. So I'm going to bring in my favourite stencil with my triangles, but I'm going to use the triangles, so I'm going to move my bit of tape down. And I recently was very good and made little holders for all my ink, my little sponge daubers that go on my handles. So I think I'm going to do pink. I'm going to do pink and purple, I think. And maybe a little bit of green. And maybe I'll do pink and green, actually. We'll pull those colours out. I'm going to load my brush up, and then I know I can go lovely and soft. And I don't want to particularly do over my flowers too much, although I am going to colour my flowers in, but I want to avoid my leaves because I don't want the green and the pink to mix because it'll make muddy brown. But it doesn't matter so much if I go over the flowers because I can make sure that that part of the flower is pink. So just add in little bits of stenciling just in the background. And remember, because I'm going to cut this up, this is going to be very, very random. You won't get much on each piece because they're only going to be little A7 pieces. I'm going to put a little bit down there as well. Oh, and let's have a little bit down at the bottom here with that, around that flower. Okay, so now I'm going to change. So I can put my pink back and I'm going to get a green. I think I'm going to start a new green because none of those colours were very mowed lawn. And I'm going to bring mowed lawn in. Oh, I'm going to wipe my stencil first so I get all my pink off. And I'm going to change it and I'm going to use the little squares. So I'm going to put my tape over the bottom of my triangles and around the edge of the other stencil so that I don't go over the edge. And now I can add colour. So I'll pick colour up with onto my new sponge. And I can add colour now, a little bit stenciling rather, like around where the leaves are going to be, so that then when I colour those, it's going to be green where the leaves are. So it's going to make much more sense. And we can have a piece here where there's no flowers. So I'm literally just adding little bits of stenciling. It means I don't have to colour my leaves quite as much as well. Any little areas. because when I cut this up, obviously they're not going to be close together either. Okay, I just think I have a little bit there. Okay, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to wipe my stencil clean so that I don't get green on anything next time. And that was my backgrounds 1 stencil. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some pink, some picked raspberry and some wilted violet and some mowed lawn and some squeezed lemonade. And I'm not reading any messages or anything, so I'm hoping that somebody is. I know Philippa's watching. Philippa's really good at answering questions. Hi Hazel, I just saw Hazel's name pop up. Okay, so I am going to colour in the centres of my daisies first of all. And this time I've opted for squeezed lemonade. So I just wanted a little bit of that yellow. Wanted to make this really lovely and spring-like. So I gathered, I thought like the pink and the purple would be very pretty, but also quite nice and springy. So just very roughly putting some colour down. Obviously you can take your time to paint, as this for me is the therapeutic bit, so it's a shame to rush it really. And you can put as much detail or as little detail in. I mean, I have to say, I loved Tracy's card that she made where she used the marguerites and she just put the yellow centres in. And it's actually worked quite well with the stenciling, not to get too much of the flowers. So you could leave them if you wanted to, but I'm gonna colour them because I want them to match the ones that I've already done as the cutouts to go on my card. Okay, so next I'm going to pick some of the wilted violet, and when I pick up a nice lot of ink I can colour several of the petals because I want varying shades of the colour showing as well. So I might get a strong one, and then as I go around it's obviously going to get paler as we go. And I think my water brush needs a bit more water. It does, bear with me a minute. I can feel, you can always tell if your brush is putting out enough water because the colour doesn't move very well on the card if there's not enough water coming out of your brush. So that's better. It's flowing a bit better now. But I want the variation in the colour. I don't want them all to be the same purple. So I really like that it looks, you know, like you've got those different shades showing. So obviously with these you could, like I say, you could leave them white and just have those lovely yellow middles showing, which would look lovely, like Tracy did. It was lovely this morning with all those beautiful samples from the design team. And I'm going to leave it, what day is it? It's Tuesday, isn't it, today? So I think we'll do it on Thursday. We'll give people a chance, like tonight and tomorrow, to watch the video and just comment. And then I will pull 3 names and we'll have 3 little prizes of some sample cards from the design team going out to different people, because they all make such beautiful cards, and it's such a shame that, you know, people don't get to really appreciate them, and they can have the pleasure from them. So it was, yeah, I hope, well, I know that you enjoyed it this morning because it was so lovely, all the lovely comments about the collection. I know Peter was absolutely thrilled that it went down so well. Okay, so we've got a pink, a pink, a pink. We'll have another purple one. So you could do this if you didn't want to use ink pads. You could use felt tip pens to do it. You could do it with your pencils. However you like to colour is absolutely fine. But I just want to bring out the with putting the pink in the background, it's really going to be quite dominant in the colour now. But I have got some gold paint that I'm going to splatter over the top as well. I think probably in my first ones I was a little bit softer and didn't have quite as much in the background, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't know. I will find a paintbrush one day that works and flows beautifully. I keep treating myself to new ones. I bought a new Pentel one and a few others the other day, and yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit fussy about it, but I do find they don't always flow brilliantly. So if anyone has any suggestions about a water brush, otherwise I can see myself going back to a paintbrush and a pot of water, but I don't really want to. Okay, so I haven't been reading the sentiments, but I just want to thank everyone for joining us. And thank everybody who put stuff in their baskets today as well. And I know that some people said they'd had their email to say they were on their way to them, so that's lovely. That'd be interesting to see when you start making. See all your beautiful cards too. Okay. I didn't want to do this beforehand because it's like would have spoiled being able to show you anything. So it's good to show you, but it does obviously take a little bit of time, and I am rushing it. My painting isn't very good, I have to say, but never mind. It'll be fine. The cards will look beautiful. I do admire that Peter can draw, or I mean he actually paints, he watercolours the flowers, and he's so good at it. You've been using a Daler-Rowney water brush. Oh, okay, that's interesting, Philippa. I might have to have a look into that. I mean, I would always have sworn by like the Pentel ones, but the one I bought recently, because I do like to colour with the water brush, you wear the point away on the actual brush. So that's really why I treated myself to some new ones, and I have had them ages and used to use them for workshops and all sorts. So I mean, how lovely do they look in those colours? Just beautiful. But yeah, I shall have a look. Obviously, if I was really taking my time with this, I could go back in and put more details in, especially where the lines are on the petals. That's always a really good indication that I would make areas like that a little bit darker, maybe. But yeah, just take your time when you're colouring and enjoy it. Oh, we have Jeanette with us as well. Lovely. It's very early. No, I can't remember now. It was the evening. Yeah, it must be early morning. I should know by now, for goodness sake. Okay, so I might need some more pinks. Oh my goodness, Brenda, that is amazing. Ordered at 9:15 and on its way by 11:15. Wow, that's fantastic. So I'd be really interested to see which is your favourite. I think I know which is going to be the favourite. Although I have to say, I was surprised. I thought the Poppy Circle would be the favourite, but it has sold a few more than the others, but they're all pretty much in line for me anyway. Oh, it's the sunflower, is it, Brian? Interesting. Oh, so it's 7:30 in the morning. Oh, Jeanette, you have got up early. I am lucky, aren't I, that you're all that keen. That's so lovely. Okay, got two more. The circle in the poppy. Yeah, I did think that lots of people were going to like that one. That was why when I was so upset when I discovered that, or someone pointed out, because I didn't even spot it, and nor did any of the design team, but why would they? Yeah, when it was spotted with the mistake in the sentiment. And I don't blame you still being in bed. Good for you, Jeanette. Okay, so we're nearly there. Just got the leaves to do. So where I went over the flower with the stenciling, obviously when I'm putting the water brush on it now, that is activating that ink and it's just blending it in nicely into the petals. So that's what's a good idea, to try and keep your colours by your flowers and by your leaves. So the pink I did try and keep around my flowers, so that if that happened I could blend it in, and knowing that I had purple as well, then the pink and the purple would always blend nicely too. Okay, I think we're done for that. So just get all the pink off and pick up some green. Yeah, I do love this. I love a sunflower anyway. I like all of them. It's like, and it's not until I decide, right, I really like that one, and then I see a card done by one of the DT and it's like, oh God, that's amazing, and that's with that stamp. I mean, I have to say, probably actually I like this. This is probably my favourite stamp set because it's Most Like a Daisy. And so that for me is enough. Oh, see, they coloured in beautifully. Okay, so we are done. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to splat some gold. So I've got the Eyes Ink spray. This is, I've had this ages and ages, but it's still going strong and I love it. So I don't use it out of the spray. I take the tube off and I tap over the top and I get splats of gold, usually everywhere but on my piece of paper or card, but I do get some there eventually. I do blot off the big drop that come, like when you take the tube out, I do like try and get some of the paint off before I come to my card. And I want to get all over splats because when I start cutting this up, you're obviously going to lose bits of it. Oh, it'd look nice with a bit of text, wouldn't it? Never mind. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe all the splats that went everywhere else. And I have a big splat here, but I'm going to blast that with my heat tool. So this doesn't take long to dry, but that big splat will. I could mop it up, but I don't want to. I usually heat from underneath as well because I don't want to end up burning my card or anything. As long as you keep it moving, you should be fine. Right, so I'm going to bring this up and just let you have a closer look. But look how lovely and pretty that is with the gold on there. It does really add another layer to it as well. You could do it with white paint as well, white gesso, and that would look lovely. Okay, so while that is drying, I am going to turn my radiator down a bit because I'm so hot. And I'm going to start making the card bases into card blanks. So I have 10.5 by 30s, and I'm going to score one of them in for an easel card. So I'm going to score it in the middle first of all, so at 15. Let's move my things out of the way. So this one gets scored at 15. And so this one will have just as a card. So that's one card blank. And then I'm going to score it again at 15. And then I'm going to score at 7.5. And this one I'm going to turn into a Z fold. So we will fold that one back on itself. So then I've got a Z fold card. Excuse me. Oh, I've got a lovely bit of red. Never mind, we'll cover it up with something. So this one I'm going to score again at 15. Oh, I bet I've picked up all the ink. Oh, I put them down on top. Right, let's get rid of those two. So let's wipe all the ink up. It's good that you see me making all these mistakes. Okay, so I've scored in the middle, and now I'm going to score at 7.5. Oh, I really am having a bad day today. Okay, and then we'll score this one back. So that is my, well, I now have my Z fold card, and I'll score this at 15. So this will be my regular card. And then I will grab two more. And I will score at 15. And I will score at 7.5. And so this will make an easel card. And then I need to score that one that way. So this one's going to make an easel card for me. And then I want another one at 15. So another, we'll do one landscape and one portrait. So one temp fold and one side fold. Okay, so I've got my card blanks. And now I'm going to put those other two card blanks in my scrap box. So now I'm going to cut up my piece of card, and that feels like it's dry. So this is just shy of 15 centimetres, so that is 7.5 centimetres. So I'm just going to use the guillotine. I'm not going to make it exact. I'm not going to worry about it. And then this should be 10.5. Is that right? Is that 21? Let's have a look. It is 21, so it's going to be 10.5. And chop that. So I have two pieces, and then chop this at 10.5. It doesn't matter if this is slightly thinner than the other side. It won't matter at all. Okay, so for my temp fold, yes, temp fold card. Now I layered these up onto black because it really lifted them off, like adding that matte layer really lifted them off my cards. Yeah, I do want to do it again. Okay, so this is, so if I cut that at 7.5, that is going to give me a nice black border around it, and then I can just trim, place it in and trim that down. Okay, so that's my first piece, and that one can just go on my card with a sentiment. Then I want the same again. So let's measure this again. So if I do that 7.5, trim that down, and again layer that up onto there. I'm going to do all the layers because I want them all layered up however I'm going to use them. So this one will probably go, we might need to do 2 tent folds, we'll see. Okay, so this piece is going to be need to cut at 8 because it's slightly wider, and then make sure we've got a nice border around it. Then I can pop it back in my guillotine and eyeball it so it's about the same size. So this can be for my easel card, and then this must be the same. Let's just check. Yep. So again, just layer it up nicely so you know you've got a nice border on your 3 edges, and you can pop it in your guillotine and trim that down. And this one can go on my Z fold card. Okay, so I am going to need to do some more stamping. So with my Z fold card, let's bring in the one that I've already made. That's the easel. There's a Z fold. So I put the panel on the front, then I had some stamping inside, and I have my 2 flowers to go inside. Oh, I didn't splat them, did I? Oh, I need to splat them. And I can, while they're drying, I've got to splat them. I can't not have splat on them. Let's just move everything out of the way. So they've got to tie in with the backgrounds that we've done. They'll really stand out if they don't have any gold on them like the others have. There we go. Okay, so again, pick up, move them out of the way, get rid of all the other gold splats before I get it all over the back of my cards. And let's bring my heat tool in. And I just heat that just so that they're nice and dry as well. And it does dry really quickly, the eye ink. I don't even know if this is still available. They did lovely metallic colours. They did the gold, they did a lovely copper and a lovely mother of pearl. I don't know if they are still available. Okay, so they're all done now. So now we can go back. Sorry, we'll go back to our card. So I'm going to layer this up first of all. So using my glue. And again, if I was doing this like and not making them like straight away, I would put this underneath my die cutting machine just to add that bit of pressure and just to let that really flatten nicely. And then this can go onto my card, and I'm just going to make sure that I've got a nice border all the way around, maybe top, bottom and side, that's better. Okay, so then I know to glue on that side. And again, place it down, get my borders and my top and bottom nice, so that's lining up, and firm that down. And then this one is ready to have my wording put inside, and then I'm going to have a couple of flowers. So I could do my flowers first, that'll be fine. I'll pop those down. I'm going to pop that towards the bottom, and I would always put the biggest flower at the bottom and have the smaller one up above, and then I've got some room to do my wording, which I will do in a second. So then next we'll do the easel card. So again, I'm going to layer this up onto the black. And last time I used a piece of the, I I chopped a bit of the card down smaller. I could do that for this one maybe. I'll do that so that I've got that to use. Okay, so for my easel, I want to place this down. I'm going to turn that around and have it that way. And so I just want to apply glue to this back part of it. And then that can go down as the bit that's going to stick up for my easel card. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to make sure I've got a nice border at the bottom there. And then equal down the sides and firm that down. And then I obviously need a stop. Hang on, I need to... Right, so I need a stop for my easel card. And so I'm going to actually cut a piece off of this that is going to go... Oh, it won't be wide enough, will it? No, I'm not. I'm going to use my flowers. I'm going to use the flowers, and I'm going to take a piece of the black card that I chopped off of my layers, and then I'm going to pop that on with a foam pad. So that'll be perfect. So let's stick this down first of all. So we'll pop that down. Is that long enough? Just a little bit more. Using my card as a guide to know how long to make the glue. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use the lines on my mat to line the bottom of my card up. And then I will put a piece of black card down and make sure it is, because sitting down and doing it, I can't do that. That looks okay. And then I'm going to flip the card over, and I'm going to find my craft knife if I can. Yep. I have to do it on this side because I'm left-handed. And I'm just going to run the craft knife down the edge of my card. Do that several times till it goes all the way through. And then I would just run my nail over that, and now it's curled back round. So now I need a foam pad for a piece of cardboard. That'll do. And I will need to put my flowers down to raise them up, so it's going to act as the stop for the easel card. I'm just going to firm this down so it will stay laying down. There we go. So then if I put my flowers on and put it on with some cardboard, and make sure, and I'm going to do two together. So I'm going to give it some height, and then that will be the stop on my easel card. Oh, I've just realised as well that my comments have gone. Where comments gone? Bear with me a minute. Sorry, I'm just playing with my... Oh, that's right. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put that on the back of the flowers. I don't like it when I can't see the comments. I mean, I don't look at them all the time, but every now and again I have a quick little look just to make sure everything's all right. So I'm going to make sure that my flower doesn't overhang, and then that's going to act as a great stop on my easel card. So that's my easel card. Just maybe put a sentiment inside, and then I'm going to have my very simple temp fold one, and I'm going to do some wording underneath this one. So again, layer it up onto the black. Not easy on the black mat seeing where it is very well, but hopefully I'm not messing it up too much. Oh, so we'll do something different. So I'm going to put this one in the middle here and have a sentiment at the bottom. And then on my other one, I'll do another temp fold. But I will place it slightly different. Okay, so I would always do the top and the sides the same. And then I've got a bit of room at the bottom there to put my sentiment. So that is that card. And then this one, I'm going to pop my piece of card. I'm going to put my background onto my piece of black card, but then I'm going to trim away one edge of the black because it gives it such a totally different look. Just by taking that one, get the card out the right way, that one edge off, and I'm going to turn that over. So I'm going to bring this back in, and I'm just going to line that up so I can trim off the black. So I've only got black on 3 edges now. And then when I put this down on my card, if I put that up against the right hand edge of my card, it just gives it a very different look. Bring it so I've got enough room for my sentiment at the bottom there. And then for this one, on the inside, I'm going to have some flowers and another sentiment inside. So put some glue on here. You could, actually I'm going to overhang them, and then I'm going to chop that extra bit off, because I do like them when they're inside going off the edge. So let's get rid of that bit of glue. Again, turn it over. Best to let this glue dry. I'm just going to wipe it away because I don't want to keep putting my craft knife in the glue. And I'm literally just pushing against the edge of the card and letting it cut it in as many times as it needs to go through it. And then I can turn it over and just run your nail down it, and it will bend the card back round. So these are all now ready for some sentiments. So let's bring my press back in. Actually, I'm going to put them all on the other side, sorry. Okay, so we'll start with the easy one. So this is the one that's got something inside it as well. So let's go for a sentiment. So how about believe in yourself and you mean the world to me? Whoops. That would be 2 nice ones to have, wouldn't it? Okay, so we'll have believe in yourself, and I need to, sorry, bring this up a bit so you can see. Yeah, I think I'm going to go on the left this time. It's not normally what I would do. So just fairy fingers when we pop our sentiment down, because we get that lovely detail then, that beautiful sentiment. And then I'm going to open my card up and take off, clean first of all, and then take off believe in yourself. And then inside we'll have you mean the world to me. And we'll overhang it with the flowers, into the flowers, so it looks like it all belongs together, which it does, of course. Okay, so just nice gentle tap and nice fairy fingers, so you get that beautiful detail, that lovely fine font. Okay, so let me pop those away. So now we have believe in yourself and you mean the world to me. And I love that with the flowers just going out, even that just on the card on itself. And you could dry emboss around the edge. How lovely would that be? So yeah, so that's card number 1. So we'll do our other simple one. So this is just going to have a bit of wording along the bottom. And bear with me while I have a little look. Now I've got a long, there we go, we'll use this one. So this is the one from the circle sentiments that Joe and I can't remember who else, maybe Tracy, or it might have been the other Joe, curled around the shape of the circle. I'm just going to pop this along the bottom, and this one is wishing you the most wonderful day. So this could cover a multitude of occasions. from wedding anniversary to wedding to birthday. But so again, wishing you a wonderful, the most beautiful day, not even wonderful. Okay, so that's that sentiment. Let's take that one away. So that's from the Poppy Circle one. And then my other one that I love is Be the Reason Someone Smiles Today. So let's put that on the inside of our easel card. So be the reason someone smiles today. So again, nicely gently inked up, and then gonna have to push a little bit harder because I've got 2 bits of cardboard underneath my flowers, but not too hard, because you don't want to splay out all those beautiful fonts. So what else have we got in here? What's in this one? So that is Be the Reason Someone Smiles Today. So that's lovely. And then in this one, I'm going to turn my card on its side. I need to put my sentiment. Ah! 2 black bits of ink. I'll show you a way to get rid of it. What should we have here? Oh, what about Happy Cake Day? Stop hugging on my finger. Okay, so flatten my card, pick up my sentiment. Nice fairy fingers. Clean that off, and then to get rid of that nasty mark, let me show you. Let me get rid of the... I'm not surprised. Okay, so if you don't own one of these, I can highly recommend a Tombow Sandy Razor, Mono Sandy Razor. So it is like almost like sandpaper, so you have to do it carefully. You can't go at it too hard because it will break the surface of your card up, but if you go at it gently and a little bit at a time in different directions, it will get rid of black ink marks. I think that is pretty amazing. I don't know how I lived without one. Okay, so let me bring in the cards. We have our easel card, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I love the gold splats of ink on the top of it. The stenciling, the soft pink and the purples work so well. Be the Reason Someone Smiles Today. And then using the flowers as the stop on the easel as well. So on our Z fold card, we could glitter glue the centres as well if we wanted, or even glossy accents would look lovely. But again, Happy Cake Day and our 2 flowers inside. That's our Z fold card. And then we've got our just layered up one onto the black card, wishing you the most beautiful day. And then finally, believe in yourself, and then inside, you mean the world to me. And I love setting the flowers off to the corner and just snipping down the edge. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, Bev, don't say about making errors. I make so many. Oh dear. But I think, you know, when you start putting them with the other colour way as well. How funny, I use the same wording. Huh. And then this one on my easel card, I put a sentiment at the bottom there. So we could add a sentiment at the bottom if you wanted to. And then I've taken the sentiments from my handpicked Blossoms and Blooms, but I've mixed it up with one of them from Peter's. So, all those lovely cards. I'm going to flip the camera. Bear with me. Wow, I didn't think I would do that before 9 o'clock. Wow, I thought that would take ages. I thought I might still be up here at 10. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, ladies. I'm going to have a very quick flip through. I don't think there was anything. If there's any questions, I will have a look and read through them. Yeah, I like to read the messages properly. So I'm sure Philippa will have answered anything that was asked. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm seeing lots of lovely comments. So thank you. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for investing in some of Peter's products. And don't forget, if you do want to and you haven't done so yet, you can from Dragon's Paper Craft, from Wow Embossing Powder, Let's Create, Maximum Crafts, The Stamp Hut, Valley Crafts, Intercraft, Craft Stash, The Art of Craft, Craft Bliss, J Craft in Australia, and Simon Says in America. So thank you so much. There's lots of lovely samples going to be shared over the next few days, and I will be back here again soon. But I will announce the winner of the 3 prizes of the DT Inspiration on Thursday morning. Okay. Whew. I'm off to have a cuppa and to go and watch Stacey. And look, you're in time to watch Stacey, to sort your life out. All right. Thank you ever so much for joining me, and have a lovely rest of the evening. Bye-bye.